Alright, welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. We'll probably have like 10 minutes left, but it is what it is. It's also so hot out there that I hope we only have 10 minutes left because it's not fun, you know, existing in this state of temperature. Anyways, the night is oddly warm. Ha! Compared to the chill of the day, crickets singing quietly in a sleepy little neighborhood. I wish there was any chill anywhere. This damn town. Okay, everything that happened in the clinic feels almost like a dream, and now that it's over, you realize how little it meshes with your understanding of the world. Go home. Yeah, well, pretty much, it's time to go home. You don't get far before you're interrupted by the jingling of dog tags. Oh no, Gretchen! Gretchen appears at the edge of the road. Go away, window security. Gretchen appears at the edge of the road, running as fast as her geriatric pug legs can carry her. Hula, please, you must come at once. I'm afraid my Stella's in dire emotional distress. She's been sitting one spot all day long, and I fear we're nearly out of supplies. Please come talk some sense into that girl before I miss my dinner 2 nights in a row. A dignified lady of age such as myself cannot survive on treats and camping food alone. What? She didn't get proper food? How dare you, Stella? How dare you? This is a queen. She deserves a good, you know, I think 3 to 4 meals a day. Oh my god, Stella's alive. Take me to her. You poor thing. Take us to Stella. We'll make sure she gives you proper dinner. Good doggy. Pet her on the head. Oh. Oh. What? I would never. Wait, has Stella just been sitting in the woods being sad all day? That's it? I mean, well, next to my conspiracy theory of Stella somehow being involved, that was my other theory. That was less exciting, to be quite sure. I'm really tired. I can't do this right now. Keep walking home. Gretchen, I've had a long day. No. You poor thing. You poor thing. Oh, thank you for listening. She's just this way. You follow Gretchen. She nervously runs ahead of you the whole time, constantly looking back to make sure you're still there as she leads you into the dark woods. I love when dogs do that. Also, one of my favorite things, when I see dogs at the red traffic light, just looking up to their owners. If everything's still fine, you know, everything's like checking in, just, all right. Are we good? Yep. Okay. Really? It's adorable. Anyways. Before long, the trees thin and you find yourself on a steep hill by a 2-lane road lined on one side by sheer rock. And there, sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt, is Stella. There she is, and she just won't move. Gretchen runs up to her and sits in Stella's lap. Aw, Gretchen. Gretchen, you're back. Don't scare me like that again. Well, she didn't really look for her, did she? I mean, she's just... That just... couldn't be me. Not even when I'm upset. Couldn't be me. You sit on the log beside her. Hula, how did you... Wait, did Gretchen come get you? Wow, she must think I'm dying or something. Well, she didn't get fed properly. That's it. I'm the one who's near death. I simply couldn't survive another night without my nice soft bed. Yeah, Gretchen found me. She's a good girl. She could have gotten grabbed by ditchling Stella. What were you thinking? Why haven't you been answering your phone? I'm just so happy you're okay. I can't believe it's just been okay all day. Everyone's been looking for you. Things happened. Because I love Gretchen, I would actually say I can't believe it's just been okay. Because she didn't know. That's the thing. If someone doesn't know, you know, you get mad at that person, but they really did not do anything wrong, except maybe not answer their phone. But even then, it's like, man, can someone not just take a break for a day? You know, come on. So, and I want to give Gretchen her due because she did good. So yeah, she's a good girl. She really is. Please just talk to me. I'm begging you. What is this place, Stella? Why are you here? It's a street. It's a curvy street. That's where it happens, I guess. That's where it happened. That's, I guess, where Stella lost her parents. But first, let's ask about hoping Stella opens up. No, let's ask. I'm not the kind of person... Well, I'm a mixture of, you know, I ask a lot of questions in conversations, but sometimes I can stay quiet, but this is a video game, so what the heck. It's just a bunch of bad memories. There's nothing left to talk about. Come on, let's just get back to town. Now I wish I would have not asked, because maybe then she would have started to talk. But also, Stella, come on. Come on. I know that stretch. That's the time to go home stretch. Thank the Lord I'll be sleeping in my own bed tonight. Thank you, Hula, for talking sense into this girl. She doesn't need to hear about this tonight. No, let's do that. I might ruin everything here, but you know, I want to make this a little bit longer than just 10 minutes. Wait, before we go, I should tell you about what happened today. Oh? You relay the events of the evenings as best as you can. Saying it out loud somehow makes it feel less real, like you're sharing the plot of a horror movie, not something that actually happened to you. Oh my god. I'm just going to go ahead and lock that one away in the void. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to tell anyone. Oh my god. It's too hot. It's too hot. My two brain cells are fighting it out. Stella scoops scratching up in her arms, and the three of you walk back to town in silence. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Oh man, maybe I should have just stayed quiet. She probably would have opened up. She gives you a tired wave before retreating into her house. You know what? I will do something I've never done before. Okay. I just want to check. If we don't say anything, if she spills the beans. Okay, remain silent. Hoping Stella opens up. Ah. Okay. Okay, so nothing. I didn't even do anything today, so... Ooh. You know what? I will use this. I will use... I know, it goes against all the RPG rules, but... In my defense, it is about 100,000 degrees in this room, and I can't think straight, so please give me this. I will not tell her about this. You keep the events that transpired at the clinic to yourself, at least for now. Because I want to think this through, and I think if I tell anyone, I think Kanika is the best person, because she's a little bit more pragmatic. Also, Stella's not obviously in the headspace to deal with this right now. So yeah. Stella scoops scratching up in her arms, and the three of you walk back to town in silence. Guess I'll see you tomorrow. And she gives me a tired wave before retreating into her house. And now, Wayne. Time for you to get home too. He appears as if out of nowhere, clothes streaked with what at first looks like blood and gore, but you quickly realize it's paint, evidence of his altercation with Reese. So that's not blood, but that really looks like... Wait, are you... No, Wayne is real. He worked at the mine, so he has to be real. For a second I was like, is he maybe a painting of Reese's? And that's why they fought? Like, did Reese conjure him up? That would be wild. Alright. I'll walk you. Run away. No way, dude. I'm walking home by myself. Thank God you're okay. I was worried Reese might have gotten you. Yeah, actually I was. What's with the music? He's one of the people I'm least scared of. Maybe I should be. He's probably stinky, I guess. But I'm not really scared of him because he seems like... At most, he's indifferent towards me. But obviously he seems to care. But even, you know, if he cares for me for other reasons, I don't know. I don't feel very threatened by him at all. Wayne emits a strange kind of coughing sound. You realize he's laughing. Shall we? Yeah, I think he's an undead person. And that's why he was laughing. Because he can't be hurt anymore. He can't be killed anymore. Wayne walks just ahead of you in near complete silence. Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. How exactly, I wasn't sure. But now I know. I thought you wanted me to stay at the estate. Are you going to lecture me? Because Tabitha would. You were free to make your own decisions, and those decisions have been made. Oh man, that's someone who supports us. I know that something pulls at you, and now that it started, I know that you cannot stop until your task is finished. Here's the thing, that's why I trust him. Sybil was like, ooh, let's go to the stones, you know, maybe look for more stones, and here, drink this tea, and I will not tell you everything I know, and blah 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 blah. I mean, Wayne also hasn't told us a few things, but here he's like, you know, he initially warned us not to do the thing that would endanger us. And now he's like, well, you cannot stop it, you know, and yeah, so it feels really like he's trying to actually protect us. Or not start the whatever this shitstorm is, which is also a good thing. You know, I don't mind if I'm like a chess piece in his game, because he feels like the one entity that is balancing things out and has the best view and is just trying to make sure that this will not snowball into something worse. But that's just my theory. He might be the cat, you know, who knows, but I think he's one of the few people where I would really be shocked if he were the cat. I keep you safe while you do what you must. Why are you following me around? Why not Stella or Kanika or Sybil? Why not Tabitha? Because you're special. Ooh, well, thank you. I don't think so, but, well, maybe. But why? Why am I so special? You simply are. Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They are unbreakable. Huh. Flirt with Wayne. No! No, I'm with Kanika. You know, in another lifetime, I probably would have. If I wouldn't have, here's the thing. I wonder if this would have come before the flirting option with Kanika, maybe I would have decided to go with Wayne, especially after this day. Because I feel very safe with him. I feel quite comfortable with him. But no, I'm not going. What? That would make me a huge asshole. Really. Gigantic. Is that ditchlings in the background? Do we have ditchlings here? I don't see any. Huh. Okay. Thanks for looking out for me tonight. Anytime you find yourself in danger, I'll be there for you. I'll always be there for you. Are we? No, we can't be related. If I'm flirting with him, then I hope we're not related. But how are we connected? That's really interesting. You don't need to keep coming up with new topics of conversation to fill the silence. You're tired. It's been a long night. You should rest. Well, I'm actually very interested in you because you're a very fascinating guy. Wayne remains silent for the rest of the journey back to the estate. I'm sure we'll see each other tomorrow. I guess, I mean, we'll never have a day without shenanigans, that's for sure. You should try to spend some time in that old building before you head to town. Tabitha won't be around, too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you, and you might be surprised at what you find. Oh, now he's doing the Sybil thing! He's leading me towards things. But I do trust him more. Until then, sleep well. Because Sybil hasn't protected me at all. And Wayne has protected me quite a few times and helped me out. So again, that could be the main reason, because he needs me as a chess piece to fulfill, like in Hellraiser, he needs me to kind of solve the puzzle, and open the gates to hell. But maybe if we're tied together... interesting. He disappears into the underbrush. Go home. Let's see Tabitha's disgusted face again. The estate feels empty, wind howling through its abandoned halls, the very foundations creaking beneath you. Your cousin must have already gone to bed. Oh, that's nice for a change. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into your room and collapse on the bed. The damp smell of the mattress is starting to become almost welcoming, a sign that the now daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are finally behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You think for a moment about calling Kanika, but you're just too tired to even bother. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese, trapped in that tiny windowless room. All his greatest fears realized, his body no longer his own. But you stopped him from killing Dr. Kelly. The world, at least for now, is protected from him. And then you think of nothing. This is the end of episode 4. Episode 5 finally awaits. We have one, this is the last episode that's out. There will be 2 more, but they haven't been released yet. And honestly... Look, don't take this the wrong way. I hope it's not this year, because the entire year so far has been Scarlet Hollow, and I love this story. I love this, but I can't wait to do something else, to play something else, and also furthermore to edit something else. To be quite honest, I have a few other games, had them in line, but they're also very heavy on reading, and I will probably pick... The next longer game I will pick will probably be something with voiceover, so I can take a break, well-deserved break from editing myself talking the entire time. It's just so nicer to edit when you have like voice lines, And so, yeah, I'm not quite sure what I will play next because, yeah, first we have episode 5. I might take a week off because it's so hot that it's really, just really too hot. Dangerously hot where people die, and your whole health kind of collapses. And then I might also spend a week or two playing other games. I'm not quite sure yet if I want to basically push through chapter 5 or maybe take a small break, play something that's short enough that I can do a 1 week or 2 week interruption and then start chapter 5. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, I love the introduction of the cat. That is such a smart move to kind of throw everything into chaos, to basically make me now suspicious of everyone, but also make a lot of things more interesting when it comes to what's their motivation. I still wonder if Stella is involved, because here's my thinking. Yes, she was sad and there was nothing bad happening, but my whole theory that she could be the cat doesn't rely on her having been in danger or anything. My whole theory was based on there's probably nothing wrong with her, but maybe she didn't think she would be pulled into this as much. Maybe she thought she would be safe from all of this and then she wasn't. Or maybe she's now starting to get attached or sees the consequences of all this that maybe she triggered, because she is the person who's most involved, aside from Sybil, in supernatural stuff. Let's bracket out Wayne, because he is supernatural himself, so obviously he's involved with supernatural stuff. So it would be likely that she started something without knowing what it actually was, and now things start to happen and she kind of can't, really stop it. And maybe the whole possession thing was her realizing that she's way in over her head. And now she's also thinking back on her parents, because I guess that was the corner, right? The curve where her parents died. And maybe everything she's doing is to get her parents back, because it's a trope. So I'm not quite sure whether that really is the case, because in this game so far we didn't have that many tropes. But it would be a very strong motivation for a very good person to do something that's not necessarily good. Then we have Sybil, who I suspect, whatever, even if she's a good person, I don't like Sybil. I think the fact that she drugged us, and it is drugging, the fact that Kanika didn't reply to our text messages after Sybil told her to stay home makes me really suspicious that she maybe also drugged Kanika, that she basically is so fast asleep that she can't hear her phone. And yeah, the fact that Sybil is manipulating in a way that I don't like. And it's weird, because I wonder whether it's like, whether I'm smart with this or not, that I think Wayne is less threatening to me than Sybil, because even though Wayne also had moments where he said, you don't need to know this, or this is not relevant or interesting, I still have the feeling that he is there when we need him. He looks out for us. He doesn't want us to confront whatever it is. He's more like, choose your own path. You don't need to do this, but you can if you want to. The same with the house exploration. Of course, he's also laying basically down a path for us, He's teasing us, basically. And I will explore the house because I wanted to do that from the get-go. I just didn't want to break through the floors or make Tabitha angry and get thrown out. But I do trust him more because it feels like he has shown us more often that he's there when it counts. And even if that might be for ulterior motives, as of now, he has proven more that we can rely on him. Sybil hasn't. Sybil drugged us. Wayne didn't drug us. Sybil basically is mind manipulating us, and she is, I think Sybil is telling us things, or not telling us things, that are actually important, that are relevant for us, that could save us, And with Avery, it's really just because he's a cool guy. I think he's just too aloof. And that might be just, no, not he. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, one other thing. Avery is non-binary. And for some reason, I don't know if it was in the text. I only realized this, I think, in this episode. In episode 4, Avery comes to visit us, actually. And then we talk a little, and then they disappear. Or maybe at the end of last episode, episode 3. But at some point, I read they or them in relation to Avery. And I was like, oh, curious, is Avery non-binary? Because I had clocked him, or also used, he, him as pronouns, because I thought, Avery was a guy, which he then obviously is not. He's non-binary, which is hilarious because Hula is also non-binary, and here I am misgendering, people here and there, which, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I hope that wasn't, hurtful for any of you watching this, because it really wasn't done with an ill intent. Like, I literally only had this thought while I was playing episode 4, and afterwards, I'm not quite sure if I forgot or, was so used to calling Avery with the wrong pronouns. And I still did this just now, so I will try to fix this, because that's what you do, right? You make a mistake, you realize your mistake, you learn, and then hopefully you try to do better. So if it slips now and then, I'm very sorry. It's because I talked about Avery from the get-go as he, him, which they are not, and now I will try to refer to Avery either by name or by they, them, and hopefully, I really hope I can continue doing that properly without misgendering again. Because I hate to do that. Like, I don't enjoy misgendering people. Not one of those people, I also don't want to wave it away, like, whatever, let's ignore it. I wanted to address that. So yeah, Avery is a little bit too aloof for my taste. Or not for my taste. I think they are perfectly fine as a human being. I would probably get along super well with Avery. But my question is, could Avery be the cat because they are so aloof? Because what they have been through was very... everyone got possessed, and it was traumatizing for everyone. No one enjoyed that. Only Avery is like, yeah, that was quite a cool experience, which is really weird. And they are, in general, so very cool about this. So I'm unsure whether Avery might be a cat, because that would be a cool cover, right? To be the very nice, super charming person who really does not feel threatening at all. Like, at all. So yeah, that's the cats I would enjoy as being the cats are Avery, Stella, or Sybil. Tabitha, I think, is too obviously miserable and everything. Like, she has been antagonizing us for the entire time. So her being a cat would be more of a letdown, to be like, oh, yeah, she did try to keep us in the house, she doesn't tell us anything. But I don't know. I think Tabitha is just Tabitha. Her probably didn't have the best upbringing, who knows, she seems to be very miserable, very sad, grieving, but doesn't know how to grieve. Doesn't really know how to connect to people in any case. And then Kanika, I just can't believe that Kanika would be the cat. It would destroy me. That would be, like, Wayne would shock me, Kanika would destroy me. And if any of the animals would be the cat, like Dustin or Frou Frou or Gretchen, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be destroyed. I would be so amused. It would be the funniest thing to do this. Like, just from the point of view of the game makers, because we talked about potentially Frou Frou being the cat, and then this inner voice, which we now very heavily assume is Sybil, was like, of course it's not a cat. It's a symbol, for that. But it would be so funny if it was actually Frou Frou. How hilarious would that be? But yeah. So, and I don't really at all suspect Reese or Dr. Kelly, because they're not hiding in plain sight. Oscar might be something interesting, but I'm not quite sure whether Oscar would risk the life of his daughter for anything. So I don't really think. Oscar's cat could be it, but that's one of those, that would be one of those reveals that is very much a letdown, because that cat wasn't featured very often. We didn't really talk a lot. It's, like in a murder mystery, you want one of the main characters to be the big bad. You don't want one of the randos in the background. Like, one of the reasons why I don't like the Midsummer Murders, which is a British crime show, it's very silly, nearly camp at times. And for a while, I loved watching it. I watched a lot of seasons. And then at some point, I got so frustrated because you can never really properly guess the murder. The only way you can guess it is by going which character had barely 3 lines, but appears at the very beginning and at the very end, and is completely ignored in the middle. So we barely know this character. They weren't involved in anything really, in any of the bigger conversations, and that's usually the murderer. And I hate that, because a minor character, are you kidding me? No, that's not how you do it. There's a way to do it well. I think Seven does it very well. But in a general mystery like this, I want one of the big characters. I want a big gasp. And if it would be Oscar's cat, it would be like, okay, I guess. Weird, but okay. But I want to have a reveal that's like, oh, no, or oh, I knew it. So, yeah. Let me know what you thought about this, and if you don't know the ending, if you haven't watched this, who you suspect to be the cat, number 1, and number 2, would you date Wayne with everything we know right now? Again, without spoilers, but would Wayne be something you would consider to be dateable? I think the biggest issue is that I'm not quite sure whether Wayne is actually alive. And as a supernatural entity, especially as someone who seems to know so much more, I don't think if there's maybe not a power imbalance that would make the relationship a little bit difficult. Because I'm just a normal, mundane human, or Hula is. And then we have this supernatural being who can basically do anything, who can't be hurt and whatnot. And so I think it would be a little bit too much for me for dating. But I want to know your opinion. And that's that. And now I talked about the same time that we played this episode. I hope you had a good time, and see you next time. Bye! This is my self-recorded outro song, so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.